This video is brought to you by Squarespace. From custom domains to beautiful websites using their easily customizable templates that you can have up and running in minutes, e-commerce, email and email marketing, SEO, analytics, and scheduling, Squarespace does it all and has done it for us for the last 10 years. If you are a small to mid-sized business in any industry, Squarespace is the place to go for all of your website needs. Hop over to www.squarespace.com/Hugh for a free trial. And if you like what you see and want to move forward, receive 10% off your first order by using the discount code Hugh at checkout. Thanks, Squarespace. Hey everybody, I'm Hugh Brownstone for Three Blind Men and an Elephant, and I will just cut to the chase. Sony's $1,500, 696 gram, 100mm f2.8 macro G Master with native 1.4:1 magnification, up to 2.8 times life size with the teleconverters for which it was designed to be used, broke my brain. That's because, having received the lens in hand and finding the time to actually put it through its paces only after so many videos had already been produced, the praise for it as the best macro ever all but universal, I determined to evaluate it from angles others had either missed or not covered as well as I'd liked, and two things happened. One, I chose to test it at infinity focus only as an urban landscape lens to confirm its utility as a hybrid lens. I think this is a better use case for the lens as a hybrid than portraiture because you really almost have to use retouching software to bring that sharpness down to a pleasing level. Anyway, I found that at normal image sizes and viewing distances set to f5.6, the 102.8 macro's image quality was all but indistinguishable from two of the greatest non-macro primes in existence, like as more than 3 times the price $6,200 Apo Summicron SL 90mm f2 and Sigma's $1,900 1.43 kilos 135 1.4. The 102.8 macro proved itself again all but indistinguishable from what to this point I'd considered the best hybrid macro zoom out there, Sony's own 5% less expensive, 2% lighter, 11% smaller, 794 gram, 7200 f4 macro G OSS2. That is once you add in the price, weight, and size of one of those teleconverters. It was also the case, however, that at eye-popping, stupid high magnification, both non-macro primes out-resolved the Sony and were better corrected for chromatic aberration. Still, incredible. Well done. What broke my brain was that as I saw one astounding bug and flower photo after another, fauna and flora, but in either case, not my jam. I think that's the point. All I could think about was that scene in the brilliant, I don't care what anybody else says, 1992, Buffy the Vampire Slayer with an incredible cast starring Christy Swanson and the wonderful Donald Sutherland, Rutger Hauer, Hilary Swank, Luke Perry, David Arquette, and others. This one.
What you guys doing?
Senior dance. We need to come up with a theme.
It has to be a socially conscious theme.
Yeah, one that reflects the students' growing awareness of and involvement in the world around them.
I still say the environment. That's my suggestion.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that's a good one.
What are the most immediate threats to the world environment right now?
Forest fires?
Bugs?
Bugs, totally.
Yeah, I hate bugs.
Yeah.
The thing of it is, those earlier reviews mentioned focus breathing as problematic, with at least one of them, if I recall correctly, mentioning that even Sony's innovative in-camera focus breathing compensation could not tame it. This made me wonder, how bad was it in practice? If Sony couldn't tame it, was it so bad that focus stacking was infeasible without additional effort? Could it be that Photoshop couldn't tame it for focus stacking either? And if the answer to both of these questions was Yeah, it's that bad. What did this mean, again, in practice? Did it mean that Sony had created a lens with specifications intended to blow us all away, score a win for Sony here, only to gate the performance of the most exceptional specs among them, that 2.8 times magnification, because it couldn't live up to the implicit promise of it without additional help? Was this an instance of the Zoolander paradox? At first, I didn't believe it. After all, I'd had no trouble using the 33% less expensive, 55% smaller, and 54% lighter L-mount only, non-lens image stabilized Lumix 100 2.8 all the way back in 2024 to do just that. Focus, stack an image of one of my watches using autofocus only. All I needed was Photoshop to merge them, and presto changeo, done. I will put a link to that video down in the show notes below. But then I thought, if it were true, for whom exactly was this lens really best suited? Weren't there other alternatives in the E-mount ecosystem that might make more sense for more of us? Like Sony's own, older but still available, $1,000, marginally smaller and lighter, 90mm f2.8 macro GOSS. Or Tokina's 70% less expensive, 31% smaller, and 12% lighter Firen 100mm f2.8, 1:1 only. What about Sigma's also 1:1 only, 47% less expensive, 25% lighter but marginally heavier, 10%, although again, no lens IS, $800, 105mm 2.8 DGD and art macro. We'd tested that lens years ago on a 24-megapixel APS-C Leica CL and were blown away by its imagery. Yeah, autofocus not so much. How many of us, in an era of 61-megapixel cameras, truly need more than 1:1 magnification anyway? Was it the case that none of these Sony E-mount lenses work well enough to stack with autofocus only and just Photoshop to merge the images in post? And if that were the case, how could one get past it? It was at this point that I hit overload, the enormity of a proper test to answer all of these questions beyond my capability to do it justice. So I was about to scrub my review of the lens altogether. Too late, insufficiently useful, waste of my time and yours to get to the bottom of this. But in the darkest hour, I was hit by this thought. Irrespective of the fact, I know I've spent hours and hours with it, that it is often wrong. What would ChatGPT say? Now, in a moment, I will share with you precisely what ChatGPT said because I found it informative. Although I will neither read it to you nor create my own AI avatar to do it for me. That's another discussion for another time. Although please believe me when I tell you this was doable. It's just that for now, I get the cooties even thinking about it. So please read on. And then please do hop onto the comments section to answer a few questions for the benefit of all who may read them. 1. For those of you excited by the lens, do the extra cost and effort ChatGPT asserts is necessary to get the most from it in any way diminish your enthusiasm for it? 2. For those of you already using automated focus stacking solutions well beyond Photoshop's capability, like StackShot and WeMacro, does the workflow ChatGPT suggest only increase your excitement for this lens, or do you have another take altogether? 3. If you've had experience with any of the other lenses I've mentioned, or others I have not, like, for example, Laowa's manual focus only, $500 only, 90mm f2.8 2x life-size ultra macro apo. I'd love to read about that too. I am so interested to learn what you think. I'm excited to learn if your contributions end up being the real value of this video, which I think would be wonderful because in this instance, I am happy to play a supporting role. So here you go. I hope you're not driving. This video is brought to you by Squarespace. From custom domains to beautiful websites using their easily customizable templates that you can have up and running in minutes, e-commerce, email and email marketing, SEO, analytics, and scheduling, Squarespace does it all and has done it for us for the last 10 years. If you are a small to mid-sized business in any industry, Squarespace is the place to go for all of your website needs. Hop over to www.squarespace.com/hugh for a free trial. And if you like what you see and want to move forward, receive 10% off your first order by using the discount code HUGH at checkout. Thanks, Squarespace. If you like what you've seen here today, please give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, join the conversation in the comment section below because this is an exceptional audience. If you'd like help with a portfolio review, gear selection, finding or honing your artistic voice, sign up for a one-on-one mentoring video called via Zoom at 3bmep.com/booking. Finally, please consider supporting our work by using the no-cost to you affiliate links down below, sending us coffee money via PayPal, or most especially, joining us on Patreon, links down below as well. However you choose to support us, as always, we thank you for it.